Rick here was on cops at one point, right?
According to the cop, he said, I could see daylight under all four of your tires when you came across.
Rick's like a good kid now, but he used to not be a good kid.
It was a lot more fun when I wasn't a good kid. Man, I got a shit. So I go up, knock on the door. I'm like, hey, can I use the restroom? He's like, oh, no, they don't. The office don't come in until 8, and we don't let nobody use the restroom here. A couple hours later, I get a phone call. And they're like, is this Mr. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, this is Officer so-and-so from the Philadelphia Police Department. They're like, did you defecate in a parking lot earlier? I was like, yep. He's like, what? I think he was surprised I...
He didn't think you were going to be honest with him? What's up, guys? New episode of the Complaint Department, episode 4. We got me and Rick here. Rick's my buddy down the road. Kind of guy you want to have around when shit hits the fan. He can take care of stuff. That was a really eventful intro.
Right, yeah.
I made it sound like you came in here with an AK.
Right.
I mean, you did leave the AK at home, right?
It's in the truck.
Oh, good. At least it's not in the...
Right next to the shovel, the duct tape, and everything else we're going to need.
Yeah, for sure. But anyways, welcome to the Complaint Department. This is not a family show, so don't bring your kids or I'll have to explain everything to you. Also, if you're liking the content, throw me a subscribe, throw us a like down there. Makes me feel better when I wake up in the morning and see that.
And even if you don't like it, hit the subscribe button anyway.
Yeah, it's like they'll just watch it to see the train wreck.
Just fucking hit the like button and then scroll on. We're okay with that.
Rick told you to hit the like button. You better do it. But yeah,
it's too cold to dig holes right now. Please hit the subscribe button.
I know. That's why I can be more cocky with Maddie. Because it's like, well, she'd have to dig through the ice first, and then, nah. She'll bury me in the summertime.
In the spring.
Yeah.
Ground soft.
Way easier to hide the body.
You can be frozen until then. It's all right.
She'll keep me in the freezer. She's already got it.
Just hang out back from the tree. You'll be fine.
She's already got it planned out. She watches as what I call the I Killed My Husband shows, all the murder mystery shows. And so does everyone else. All the other wives, they seem to cackle about it. And so they've got it figured out. Like, if they're going to get rid of us, like, we're here because they let us be here.
Lindsay just has to move my medications around, and I'm fucking dead.
Put the blue ones in the red bottle, and then that's it. Moving around, and then that's it. But yeah. Last thing I have here is, did you hit the subscribe button yet? If not, Rick's going to be upset. Maybe the like button. Do it. If not, I'll keep bitching about that.
The funny part, I quit drinking 10 years ago.
Okay.
It's completely freaking healthy. No medications. Drank all the time. Remember them days?
Oh, yeah. So back in the other trailer days, yeah.
Yeah, so I quit drinking. Now, I'm diabetic. Got fucking aches, pains, everything fucking hurt. Like, everything went to shit as soon as I quit drinking.
It kept it pure in there.
Yeah, I couldn't have diabetes. Didn't have enough blood in my alcohol system.
Yeah, that's when it really went downhill, when you stopped drinking.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. So Rick has a interesting past. So thought it'd be fun to have him on the show, talk about some of that stuff. Not sure which ones we'll get into. We wrote down some notes. I don't know what do you want? You want to start with a story, or you want to start with a complaint? Because he's got plenty of experience on the trucking and transportation industry. So was there anything in the transportation industry that... I mean, I have a couple. I mean, if you want me to get you started, I had like an easy softball. Or if you really had one that was like really, really getting to you.
All right, let's go. You start, and then I'll just...
The easy one,
yeah.
This is a softball. It was slow people in the fast lane, right? And they're in their own little world, right? And they're sitting there, and it's like, there's nobody in the right lane, but that's their lane. Your lane, it's not your lane. And then they gang up, right? They find another little, well, this guy's not really a moron because he's in the right, but then in the left.
They'll just sit there and ride right beside the car.
Oh, yeah. It's like their favorite, like they get warm and cozy there.
Try to be professional at first, and I just be like, yeah, okay, we'll get by this eventually. Now I'm to the point, it's probably a good thing I'm out of a truck, because I just get to the point now where I'm like 2 inches off the back of their bumper, air horn, get the fuck out of the way. Like, especially the last few months when I knew I was going to be, like, I ended my trucking career and I've started a new career lately, but at my age, that's a whole new scary adventure, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I was like, fuck it, I'll run you over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any specific time that you remember when you were like, really, it was really... I mean, it happens all the time. Is it... All right, you've been to many states. Is there a worse state? Like is PA worse than Florida? Or like, I mean, in my opinion, like when I lived in Orlando, good Lord. Like I knew it. I knew right when I got back to Orlando, because we'd like go to the beach and stuff and it'd be like, oh, normal. And then you just be like, nope, this is Orlando. The level of moron just went straight through the roof.
So the worst has always been the I-95 corridor from Richmond to Boston.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care where on that stretch you're at, sucks. Fuck I-95.
Dude, it is, right? Like on the way back from Florida. So I know the York to Florida trail, and it was like, yeah, right in there, right? Like Richmond to like DC. It's just like the worst. But you're telling me that vein just continues.
That vein all the way up through.
Yeah.
There isn't a good section of it. There's not a... Yeah.
Yeah.
Jersey, probably the worst.
Yeah. The cops are worse there too, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Oh, my God. They're like... I've gotten pulled over more in Virginia than I have in Pennsylvania. And I live in Pennsylvania. Like, I hate that state. Like, I would set the speed limit. Because I'm like... They're like... If it's like 55, they're like 56, you're like federal crime. Like, we're going to lock you up. We're going to keep you here. We're going to make you come back for a court appearance.
Virginia was, yeah, even as a trucker, that, they'll let us, well, fuck, we're governed anyway. Most of us at like 70, 72.
Wait, what?
Most trucks are governed between 70 and 72.
You can't, the truck will not go faster than that?
Yeah, that's it. Now, I was an owner-operator. Mine was wide open, but most, like you get,
okay. Like that's not is that by the manufacturer, or would that be like the trucking company?
That's the trucking companies. JB Hunt, Schneider, Swift, all of them are all governed anywhere. I think Swift used to be at 62. I think they're bumped up to like 68 now.
62?
Yeah, that's where they started.
But like most of the time, it's like even on 83 right here, it's 65.
It's all insurance based. Insurance will screw you faster than any.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So,
like, you'd think they'd care more about that because they like, the more they get there, the more they'll be like on time.
No. It's all insurance based.
So they get like cheaper insurance because they're like, our guys can't but going down hills you can get it because then it's not because the engine. It's not like it hits the brakes.
Actually they do. They got a engine brake. So
okay.
And they're set at parameters. So and they're all automatic now. Just about every truck you see out there is automatic. So it's hey, between this speed and this speed, that's all you got. Even downhill to kick the engine brake on. Brrr.
Is that the Jake brake?
Jake brake, yep.
Why did it get that name?
I have no idea. Some asshole named Jake named it.
That fucking guy Jake. We're going after that fucking guy. It was like he was the one who started it.
Yeah.
He's probably a politician now. Figured it out. Yeah. Is there any what's the most common repair on a truck?
The DF system, the DEF system.
Dumb fuck system? What?
Yeah, dude, that is the best example I've ever heard of that shit.
I just, even the dogs liked it. That was a good one. I mean, like.
So DEF system is it's the pollution system. It's called DEF fluid. All it is urea, which is just cow pee. But it's $3.99 a fucking gallon,
So it's like you got to fill this reservoir.
Yeah, it's like a 16-gallon reservoir, and it pumps all your exhaust fluid. The exhaust goes through it, and it's supposed to take out the impurities and shit before it blows it out the stacks. That system eats because it's highly corrosive. First of all, and it just fucking kills the motors. So since they started doing that in 2012.
So this is new.
Yeah.
So what if you had a truck that didn't have it?
So as long as you go back before that, then they had an EGR, which sucked, but it wasn't as bad as this DEF system. And then in 2007, 8, somewhere in there, even if you go back before that, they didn't have that. They didn't have even an EGR. And that's trucks used to run for $1 million, $1.5 million, and now you're lucky at $500,000-$600,000. You're doing a $30,000 repair for a fucking DEF system.
$30,000?
Yeah.
What are the fucking hoses made of gold?
Might as well be. I don't know.
It just runs through the how does that doesn't seem like right. I mean, if we're bitching about shit, it seems like
yeah. And when the DEF first came out, they said, this will never go above $2 a gallon. It's fucking $4 a gallon now.
Nice. Yeah, they got you.
Yeah.
They knew it.
Yeah.
The guy who invented it, it was like, it'll be, it'll be fine.
Right.
No, it'll never go. We'll never charge you a whole bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the
That's like
system sucks. It just kills the engine, kills. I mean.
All right, so I guess unless you have more to.
No,
I mean, the
that's-
system seems like a pain in the dick. Right?
It
Like, how
really
long
is.
does that repair take?
So it's not just a repair. Like when the DEF system goes down, it takes about 3 days to replace the whole system. But you end up doing these regens, which cooks the impurities out of the cans and all. But it's a constant problem. I mean, the whole system just sucks. I don't know who invented it, but they need kicked in the dick.
All right, so what about tires? Like, I gotta ask about tires because, like, I'm driving on the road all the fucking time. There's always like a hollowed out looking tire, like all the time, right? Because truckers just drive till they pop, right? Is that just a rumor?
No, they really do. Most of those are recaps. So recaps are a little cheaper. So to put a decent set of tires on a truck is between $6,000 to $8,000, depending on what you're putting on.
That's just a truck. That's not the trailer.
That's just the truck.
Yeah.
That's the, if you're gonna put steers in the 8 drives, $6,000 to $8,000.
God damn.
For about 45 just for the 8 drives.
I mean, how many tires is it?
10.
You put 4 on a car and it's 1,000, so well, depends what you're putting on, but like 2,000, so, they get there, yeah. And they're bigger too, right? Because are they rated for more miles then?
No, you get about a year out of them, year and a half tops.
Well, yeah, but mileage wise,
about 150,000 miles. I probably ran a year.
because like car tires are like 50,000.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get a little more out of them then. But you guys like just riding the shit out of them all the time.
Yeah, and it depends if you're over the road or local or regional.
Yeah.
That all makes a big difference on what tire you're going to put on your truck. They have different ratings, different hardnesses and stuff to. So if you're local, you're going to put a harder tire on because you're just going to sit there and you're backing up all the time. You're just cranking on that wheel, so it's just sitting there spit.
Yeah.
That'll wear a steer tire out pretty quick.
Yeah. So all right. So like what I've always wondered too. So yeah, they do ride them till they pop, I guess, because there's no like. I mean, what do they do inspection on that shit or?
They do. So you have.
So it's like once a year, and you guys are blowing through tires twice a year. You're like, well.
Yeah, and then you could buy recaps, which I run a tire down, and go get a new one. They'll take that tire, grind off the tread, and retread it and resell it to somebody else. They could do that, I think, up to 8 times on a set of casings. That's what they're called. When you sell them as the casing credits, and then they'll just retread them and sell them to somebody else. I never liked running recaps. But when I'd get tight on money here and there, you'd have but so if you didn't glue them right or whatever, get a bad casing or whatever, that's what you see exploded all over the interstates all the time.
So it's not the actual tire; it was like a remade tire. You said like
Most of the time,
recapping.
yeah.
What do you do? Like lick it and stick it like
It's just
glue a
bubble
new
gum.
tread?
Yeah, it's just a tread, and they just pull out some bubble gum and stick on there and wrap it, stick
Wrap
it
a
back.
bitch around there.
Yep.
It's fine.
Send
it's
it
like a
back down
condom
there.
for a fucking tire, kinda.
Yeah,
Just wrapping it. It's
Yeah.
fine. That way you don't get the other tires pregnant.
and you see how well that works.
Yeah, no shit. So, like, how the fuck... I've always wondered this, too. Like, it doesn't really follow the complaint department thing, but I don't give a rat's ass. I'm curious. How do truckers, like, dude, like, I'll do, like, a 3-hour, like, drive, and then I'm, like, I'm done. Like, I'm tired, and I'm, like, falling asleep. So, like, how do truckers, like, stay the fuck awake? Like, you're doing 5 days a week. There's, like, and, like, 8 hours a day. That's
like
boring
anything
as
else.
fuck, bro.
It's like anything else. You build up stamina.
Yeah,
you just
get
get used to doing it. And cabs are air ride. Your seats are air ride, so you feel the bumps, but they're a lot smoother, and the seats are a lot different. They're high back. They got different arch supports, and they're my truck seat was almost $2,000 when I bought it, which is about middle of the road. You can go a lot higher, or you can go a lot less.
Really?
Yeah.
They got like a thing in the ass that's just like when you fall asleep, like.
I wish. I'd have fell asleep on purpose.
There'd be a lot more chicks driving.
Right.
Yeah. Like those couples that do it. Like,
Yeah.
Is that common now?
More and more common, yeah.
Yeah, because they can double up, right? Because like you can only drive for 8 or 10 hours or whatever it is, and then
So you have the hours of service law is 14 hours. Once you start your day, you have 14 hours to complete 11 hours of driving. Now you could break that up. You could do split logs, so you can run an 8 and 2 split. So drive for 8 hours, sleep, take 2 hours off, and then you can drive again, and you'll get so many of your hours back. It's a lot more complicated, harder to go into, but it's an 8-2 and 7-3 split, and you can break up your clock a little bit and extend your hours out longer. But ultimately, you got 14 hours to complete 11 hours of driving.
you do it like 5 days a week then, or you just like it's whenever it's a
You
feast or
have
famine kind of thing?
70 hours. At the end of 70 hours, so if you hit 70 hours in 7 days, you need to take a 34-hour reset. You got to be off the clock for 34 hours.
Okay. Is that a bitch?
It gets boring sometimes, depending on where you're at.
Yeah.
I always tried to, if I was gonna, when I ran over the road and I always tried to plan my 34 where it was going to be fun, Vegas, or somewhere close to like a city or something that was going to be interesting for me to do for a day or something.
Yeah.
Because 34 hours isn't all that long.
No. Well, you ever get in trouble in Vegas?
Oh yeah, a couple times.
During trucking or during your younger days? Rick's like a good kid now, but he used to not be a good kid.
It was a lot more fun when I wasn't a good kid.
Well, no shit, I guess.
Not really as too much in Vegas. I mean,
Oh, okay.
other than like the belligerent drunk and just, hey, go sleep it off somewhere. We're gonna go to jail.
Yeah. Don't sleep it off in jail.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I want to bring it up if you want. Rick here was on Cops at one point, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. I made.
Do we know what year that was?
Not exactly. I don't. It was either 98 or 99, somewhere right in that.
Okay. I was in 5th grade.
Yeah, I was.
So.
I was already making Cops.
You're out there making a name for yourself, and I'm
Yeah.
just like color and still working color by numbers.
And it should have just been a speeding ticket, but they tried to get me for felony evading and fleeing. I just gotten a car back, had some engine work done to it, and I was just testing it out.
Okay, what kind of car?
GT Mustang.
Okay.
It was.
So you're driving along in your Mustang. You pulled over.
Well, no, not really. So I was
okay.
driving along, and
Okay,
I blew by
fucked
the
up
cop.
the story already.
Yeah, I blew by the cop at like he wrote the ticket at 132 mile an hour.
All right.
And
My numbers, I think, run out on my thing before that.
yeah,
So
so
did you have to take the little peg out so that yours could go further?
no, it just bottomed out.
All right, so you blew past the cop.
Yeah, and I didn't see him sitting there.
Well.
So evidently he popped out and started chasing me. Well, at that point I did kind of see the lights coming out of as he came around the edge of the bridge, and I was like, man, if I can make it up to the exit, there's a mall up there. I'll go hide in the parking lot.
Okay.
So as I'm coming up the ramp, it's a pretty steep ramp, and then it goes across 4 lanes, 2 each way,
Okay.
and into the mall parking lot. Well, as I'm going up the ramp, there's a bridge over here, and I see 2 cops coming down. They were going to jump on the interstate to come join in the chase.
Yeah.
So I just never let out of the fuel and kind of cleared all 4 lanes of traffic, landed in the mall parking lot.
So you literally turned the off ramp into a ramp.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, he said, according to the cop, he said, I could see daylight under all 4 of your tires when you came across.
So how'd the car end? So the car flip or what?
So I slid it and hit the curb and stood it up and laid it up right up on its side.
Oh, on the side. So you didn't make it onto the roof.
No, it was just on its side. And
Which side? Passenger side?
on the passenger side. 'Cause,
Oh, so you could still get out.
yeah, they drugged me up over the rest of the car. And,
Okay. Did they take you out of the car?
yeah.
Oh.
They helped me find the pavement, too.
Oh, that's so sweet of them.
Yeah, it was like an August day. Told me I fell on some black ice.
That's funny. So how long did you spend in? What do they do? Lock you? I mean, I guess that's a little past writing you a ticket and let
Yeah,
you.
it
They're like,
cost me
let you
3
go on that one.
Nah, it cost me 3 days in jail.
That's not too bad.
And then,
I mean, I guess.
long
I just want
story.
to know in case I ever want to flip my car, doing 130. I know
So
what the
they,
punishment is.
They let me out. We ended up plea bargaining it down to some reckless driving and
Oh, okay.
speeding. And
You were young, too,
yeah.
so, like, you know.
But, yeah, it cost me 3 days in jail, too.
Yeah, what else we got here? Oh, you had your dad joke that you brought up earlier. I don't know if it's a dad joke, though, when you asked me before the camera turned on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who do you call if you come home and find a dead body in your house?
I would assume the cops.
No, 811.
What's 811?
It's the federal hotline you got to call before you dig a hole. There is no state law or anything saying you got to report a dead body. There is a law saying you have to dispose of the body properly. Digging a hole is disposing of a hole.
You don't want to hit the water line when you're digging the hole. That's really inconvenient.
It is.
I don't hit the telephone line. Are there still telephone lines in the ground?
There is. Communication lines, fiber optics, really expensive.
Cut off Kenny's internet. He'll be real upset.
Right? Somebody's calling. Hey, I lost my shit. And then the cops show. Everybody comes in looking to see why they're... Oh, the line's... And you're got a body.
Yeah.
They don't care about the body. They're going to tell you to handle that yourself anyway. They're mad you lost their internet. They can't watch their gay midget clown porn.
I hate when I can't watch my gay midget clown porn. Wow, you said that very quick. I fucked it up.
That's because that's Lindsay's favorite line. What are you watching? Gay midget clown porn? Not in the last few hours.
Yeah, twice a day's enough.
Yeah.
We got to have a limit somewhere. What? You want to tell the one about when you were trucking, right? You got pulled over by that cop that just wanted to write you every citation under the sun because he was a jackass?
Yeah, I'm coming down 81, and I'm having electrical problems. So I dropped the trailer up in Hazleton.
So you're running without a trailer?
Right, so I'm just bobtailed. And I'm having electrical issues. The alternator's starting to go out. So all my lights are doing funky shit and whatnot. So I'm trying to make it down to the truck stop before it cuts out. Now I got to pay a tow bill. Get pulled over.
How much would it be to tow a truck?
Varies. Depending on the tow count. It's probably going to start $600 just for them to come out. And then another $150 to hook them, and then so much, like $4 a mile, $5 a mile.
Oh, yeah.
Plus plus an hourly rate. So a tow from... Where did my last tow bill come from? And it was a pretty good deal. I broke down in Virginia. It was about 130 miles, and the guy charged me $1,500.
Man, that's a long way.
Yeah, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, but I also had him do a bunch of other work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, he kind of cut me a break on the tow bill.
Yeah. But anyways, so you don't want to get towed. So you're driving down the road, and your lights are all flickering.
Yeah, I get lights flickering or whatever. So I get pulled over. The cop says, I'm going to do an inspection. I'm like, well, I can save you a whole lot of trouble. I said, I'm having the alternator's going out. I said, I already made the phone call. He's like, well, we're going to do an inspection anyway. He's like, give me your paperwork. So I get him the paperwork that he wanted, and the registration was expired. That was the first thing. And I had the new one on my phone in an email. Did not want it digitally. Wanted it. So he starts I'm going to violate you for this. I'm going to violate you for this headlight. Did the lights. There was 27 violations.
Holy shit.
And he hands me the paper, and he goes, well, some of them are only warnings and stuff. He goes, I did you a favor. I said, he did me a fucking favor at all. I said, did somebody fuck your daughter and wipe her dick on her teddy bear or what? I said, you hate fucking truck drivers?
Wipe her dick on a teddy bear? That's funny.
Yeah, he was not impressed. So that's...
Okay, so what happened? So he hands you the ticket, then what?
Yeah, so I'm looking at all the violations, and he tells me to get rid of my cigarette. So what's the first thing I do? I just kind of throw it down, step on it, get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
Writes me a fucking another citation for that.
No, he fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
So I told him, I was like, dude, I said, somebody really pissed you off. I said, did a trucker fuck your wife, knock up your daughter? I said, what's going on? Oh, yeah. And, we just kept going back and forth.
Yeah, sir.
Tennessee, one of the worst states for roads, right?
Why is that?
I-40. Now it's a major trucking route. They don't even bother fixing they just put up signs. Hey, potholes ahead, hold on. Actual sign going across I-40.
fucking hand out a cowboy hat and be like, well, hang on, bitch.
Yep.
Like you're riding the fucking bull at the state fair.
Because I was running from Williamsport, Maryland, down to Memphis, Tennessee. Did it twice a week. Yep, I-40. They don't bother fixing that fucking road. They just put up signs. Potholes ahead. Hang on. Actual sign on the road.
Yeah.
But Pennsylvania's got horrible roads too.
I was gonna say, like, because PA has its like city centers, and then there's like the rest of Pennsylvania. You got like Pittsburgh, Philly, Harrisburg, Allentown, maybe a couple others, but like all around the edge. And then there's like State College up that way.
Have you driven through Pittsburgh?
Phew. I mean, I live there. It looks like a fucking kid with a crayon designed that fucking city. Like, they're just like, there's a mountain, and they're just like, road. And you're like, no, it's straight the fuck up. Like, they build their whole fucking shit. Like, I said I wasn't going to cuss as much in this. It's not really working. I said fuck like 3 times in that one sentence.
That's okay. It's Pittsburgh. We understand.
Right. I got to watch this stupid Steelers game later where it's like, "Argh!" But anyways, Mr.
There's 5 more fuck words.
Oh, Mr. fucking Unlimited. Anyways, we'll see. We'll see how unlimited he is. They started 8 minutes ago. So I'd rather be doing this, I think.
Right.
But anyways, yeah. Dude, that city is crazy. Like, they just build straight up on like a mountain.
Yeah.
Like, you're just
and
like,
then
you're not supposed to do that.
And you get down by Three Rivers, down by the stadium and all that. You got a road going this way over top of you, one going this way, one underneath, and your GPS is like, make a left-hand turn.
You're like,
where the fuck were you? I'm on a bridge.
Sure. Whoop. You know?
It just says, end it now. Just put you out of your misery. Just make that left turn now.
Right, just do it. You're not going to figure this shit out. It is, dude. Like, the roads are like, city of bridges. Fucking A. Yeah, it really is. They're like, like this, like all over top each other and everything. It's insane. And then you try and read the signs. It's like, you get one. Like, you're on a highway, right? You give like 2 miles, and you're like, it's going to be complicated, so we give you some signs early. Pittsburgh, there's one side, it's buried up under a bridge. Good luck, and then you get 4 seconds to read it. I read at the 2nd grade level, so like, I'm like, no way, I got half of that sign.
You got the.
Yeah, I got the, turn, whoop, gone. All right, well, fuck it, here we go. So yeah, it was.
And your GPS is
I don't know
fuck you.
Oh, dude, like Fuzz and Alicia when they were on. I should have totally brought that up when they were on. Next time Fuzz is on, I'm totally writing that down. Pittsburgh roads, because we got to bring it up when he's here. Let's see if he can defend it. There you go. I put it on the list.
Shitsburg.
Yeah, dude, did you drive there with a truck?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I could barely fit like an SUV that I have, like in and around and up and over and
you know
where you need to go. Run over children?
Absolutely. It's population control.
You fucking GTA'd it. You just like up over the sidewalk and you're like...
Air horn. Get the fuck out the way.
You have to, dude. That city's insane. Like, they'll just build, like... And it's like... I've never seen a city like that. I haven't been to every city. Maybe you've been to more cities. Like, steep-wise,
No, Pittsburgh's probably one of the worst.
Has to be. And it's like the people there...
Like Manhattan, like I've driven through downtown New York City, like with a tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Does it suck? Absolutely, because traffic is heavy and people are walking out in front of you. But at least I know, okay, I'm going up 6 blocks and I got to make a left-hand turn. Or I'm going up 6 blocks, I need to make... You can literally see where you're going.
Yeah.
Not Pittsburgh.
No, dude. Like, yeah, I've driven... I mean, the 3 I'm most familiar with is Pittsburgh, New York, Philly, and Baltimore. Of those, I say Baltimore's the worst. Well, D.C. too. D.C.'s the worst, I think. You know why D.C.'s the worst? Because they put the signal lights on the side of the road. Just like it's normal. And you're like, no, nobody's looking there. Everybody's looking where it normally is. D.C.'s the only one where, like, we put it off to the side to make sure that there must be, like the cops. Like, they know. They know you're going to blow through it because you never even saw it. It's insane. And then, like, they just, like, put snow. One time I was driving through there, they just put, like, snow in a pile. Like, it was a lane, and then it just wasn't.
It just stops.
There was a pile of snow. And you're just like, I feel like D.C. doesn't work like the rest of them. Baltimore's terrible, and the people down there are terrible. Speaking of slow people in the fast lane, oh, my God. That city, other than Orlando, has to be the worst around here, in my opinion. Of those 4,
Maryland
what is
calls
yours?
it a travel lane and not a passing lane.
That's terrible. Well, can we kick them out of the union? Is that possible? We just be like, I don't know, you're in another country now.
I wish.
Yeah, because they're fucking up the roads.
Yeah, Maryland calls it a travel lane. They do not have a passing lane. They do not have a fast lane. It's a travel lane. It's the travel lane.
If anybody actually watched this podcast, I probably wouldn't be allowed in any state. You know? Like, back in the day, like, cancel culture, they were just, like, not letting people in states, wasn't it? It was like Joe Rogan wasn't allowed in, like, California or something like that. I don't know. Did they do that? I'm just making shit up.
Shit, I don't know. You act like I was in touch with it. I lived in a truck, dude.
You didn't even have, like, internet, like... Or did they have internet?
Yeah, just on my phone and stuff.
Oh, okay. But, like, you pull over and just, like, hop in the back and go to sleep. They got a TV and shit, though, right?
Yeah, I hook Netflix through my phone, watch it on my TV or whatever.
Oh, okay. But, like, only internet is, like, through your phone?
That's all I did. There are guys out there that have, satellite TV. I got a buddy that has his internet to his truck and everything, plays Call of Duty when he's on sitting in a dock door.
Really? Like, online?
Yeah.
Holy shit. I don't like Call of Duty, but I like games.
I'm like, I don't want to spend that much time if I'm spending that much time in my truck, I better be fucking driving and making some money, because otherwise I'm going the fuck home.
Yeah, you gotta make it worth it.
Right.
Yeah. Did it get colder down here? Like, I feel like a breeze, but I don't know. We are in a basement.
Yeah.
So what do you expect?
Dude, I got a funny truck driving story, though.
Fuck yeah.
I was at a truck stop. This guy,
Move over a little bit.
Watching this Snyder driver try to back in. And there's a really nice Peterbilt.
Okay.
Like
I don't know what that is.
Decked out truck. With
okay.
Remember the old school Peterbilts with the long hoods? And
no, but sure. I know what a nice truck looks like. You see the one that you're like, it's got a flat front, and you're like, not this side of the 80s. I don't know.
Right. So, and the Snyder driver's trying to back him beside him. Fucking cracks his fucking truck.
What's that mean?
Backs right into it. Pushes the whole hood off to the side and just fucks it all up. While I'm sitting there watching all this happen on the CB, hear, hey guys, I'm up front. I'm looking for trucks to clean. It's a lot lizard. Prostitute. So I let it go on for a few minutes and I listen, and I'm watching these guys argue. So the Snyder driver gets back in the truck and making his phone calls, doing his shit, right? So I'm like, oh, he's having a bad day. Probably going to lose his job. So I'm like, hey, honey, what's your 10? She's like, I'm up front, the Flying J. I'm like, hey, I'm down back. I'm in row 3 on the back side. I said, why don't you come down and visit me? I said, I'm in the Snyder truck. I figured he was having a bad night. I'd send him a prostitute. She went over. I was like, I'm right next to the Peterbilt with the hood laying. I said, you can't miss it. So she does. She comes down.
Can you see it?
Oh, yeah. They're
God.
almost straight across from me. So, yeah, I couldn't hear what was being said, but I don't think I helped his night any. I'll tell you that.
You should have been bugging him the whole time. Like, you called me. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she was not attractive.
Oh. Those trucks all fucked up, and he's being bugged by this ugly-ass prostitute.
Yeah.
That's funny. Oh, man.
Another time, not too long ago, I was down in Virginia. There's a big truck stop down there at the 205 Ravine, White's truck stop. And there was one walking across the parking lot. She just got out of a truck. So I was like, hey, honey, how much is a hand job? She's like, $40. Why? Are you interested? I was like, nah, I just looking to see how much I was saving by doing it myself.
I'm a real DIY guy. Yeah.
I'm cheap.
Call your wife and be like, hey, I saved $40 today.
But it was funny. I had Lindsay on the phone. She's like, what are you doing?
That's hilarious. That's funny.
Oh, man. So.
I think I got an update from the game. Oh, no, just starting soon. So it didn't even start yet. So, yeah, we're doing good.
Don't worry. They're going to fuck up the first half and try to save it in a second.
They're just, they're being the Steelers this year. Yeah. I don't know. You want to talk some random topics?
All right.
Yeah.
What do you got?
I don't know. I just thought of this one, and I don't know if it's going to go good or if it's not going to go good. But like, I kind of brought up last podcast, right? Where like a bag of chips, right? We all know it's mostly air in there, right? And why? Why is there mostly air? Why do you think why do you think the company puts mostly air in there?
Well, they're not going to sell you a flat bag, so they got to put something in to make it look full.
Right. But I always thought it was so the chips didn't get crushed.
No.
Right? I mean, that's why I thought. I feel like the chip company, like, they're like, so they don't get crushed, right? That's what I thought. But then, you know what I thought? Well, what about fucking bread? Like, they don't do that with bread. They don't, like, fill it with air and then, like, puff it up so you don't do it. Like, when you packing your shit in your trunk, you got to make sure you don't squish the bread. But you don't have to worry about that with chips because, that's just mostly air in there. But when you get home and you open it, well, now you're on your own. You're on your own completely. So, I think it's dumb.
Yeah, I don't get it either. But
Yeah. I just thought that was dumb. Because I saw a video where a guy was like going to put something in his trunk and then he was going to squish the bread. And I was like, oh, yeah. But then I thought chip companies did that. And they're like, oh, well, we do this because we don't want you to crush the chips or whatever in like shipping. But they ship bread and they don't crush it. Like bread gets made and then all the way to the store.
More sense if they're going to do it that way, to vacuum. So this, because you put all that fucking air in there and now your chips are bouncing, while you're transporting them and all that. Now they're bouncing and getting all fucking broke up and shit.
Oh, yeah. When you open it, it's mostly crumbs anyways.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work. I feel like that's what they said. But I don't know. That's what I thought. But everybody just thinks it's bullshit.
They fuck you with the chip.
Oh, dude, right? Especially now with shrinkflation. You get the little bags of Doritos, you open it up, there's like
4 chips.
Yeah, there's 4 chips in there. And it's like $6. You know what, too?
Did you ever do the 1 chip challenge?
Oh, no. You bring that on the show. Yeah, okay. Well, you and Kenny do it.
No, but you know how like I always do the cookouts and stuff and bring out. I really had thought about getting a couple of them chips and just throwing them in the bag and being like, "Who's getting the random chip?"
Oh, you got like Russian roulettes of fucking Doritos.
But Lindsay would never let me do it. So you can thank Lindsay.
Yeah, Lindsay's protected us from a lot with you, I think. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. I was gonna say something else about the chips, but I don't remember now. The only thing shorter than my memory is my dick, so.
Walk into a wall and break your nose first?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Well, not really. I'm getting the gut back now, so, at least I hit my gut first.
Dude, we were doing, so I started that new job, and I got to go through all this training. And we were out at the quarry on Friday. Freezing our ass. 19 degrees out, and they got us.
Oh!
I'm like, I'm working in an office now. I don't want to do this shit.
Oh, yeah.
So the other guy that I was talking with, he's also going to be an office guy. And we're out there, and he's like, I got to piss. He's like, I was like, yeah, have fun getting 3 inches of cock out of 6 inches of clothing. He's like, I tied a string to it. I was like, I just thought that was your tampon hanging there. He starts laughing. And then I'm like, so we're not in the same era. I said, we keep talking. We're going to end up with fucking HR.
Oh, is he a younger guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know, right? Yeah, Dad has trouble staying out of HR. Or he used to. He's doing much better now.
Yeah.
It was like right when he made the transition, I think, from boss to like worker. It was like, well, when you don't own the place, you got to be more careful of what you say. And like so much shit's changed, There's like a different generation, so I get it. I'm working my way there. Like the older I get, the more fucking angry I get. I have no idea how people make it to be old and nice. Like I get it. When they're old and mean, I'm like, I get it. Life has kicked you in the nuts every week, and then when you get a lot of weeks in you, you're like,
fuck it.
Yeah, you're like, fuck it. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I said I wasn't going to curse.
How's that going?
Not really working. You get me excited.
So I started.
You get me excited and I fuck. Don't tell Maddie.
I started that job.
Oh, yeah.
It was the last place I had worked at. And probably shouldn't have said the name, but oh well. The last trucking company.
Bleep it if you want.
Yeah, the last trucking company I worked at, the dispatch was on the phone with me. He calls me up, says, "Hey, welcome to blah blah blah." They're doing the whole thing.
Yeah, make me bleep it again, you fuck.
Yeah.
Cocksucker.
Fuck. I'm old. I can't remember shit.
You fucking. All right, go ahead.
So anyway, they got me on speakerphone in the office, and I didn't know it. And he goes, "Oh yeah, all new hires got to come out and take us all out to lunch." He's like, "What are you getting us?" I was like, "Got a cock meat sandwich for all you with no bread." And the owner of the company was in the room, and I didn't know it.
Oh, that's funny.
All he said is, "That's the best answer I've ever heard." Then I was like, didn't know how to respond. I was like, "Does that make you gay or Maybe he likes them.
He liked the response, right?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, wasn't a pussy sandwich.
yeah, I didn't go out.
Yeah. It's a trucking company though. Like, come on, trucker guys. They're not in there shooting rainbows, I don't think. So,
Right.
yeah. But oh yeah. So another one. Let's see. I mean, I think I put this one at the top of the list for us too, because top of the list was slow people in the fast lane, because that's just miserable. But next,
I'll run you the fuck over,
dude. Like, I don't want to hurt them. I just want to like BB gun, like pop a tire, right? And then it's like, oh, now you moved over. Like, that's all we really want.
No, I just want population control. Just.
Yeah, but then I go to jail and stuff. I don't think I can go to jail for shooting a tire. What are they gonna do? Make me pay for the tire at most?
No, you could road rage. You know that. Fuck, you just used a gun. They don't care what caliber.
All right, so I got like throwing star. Would that be better? It's not a.
You're still using a deadly weapon.
Damn it.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, go big, go home.
Yeah, it's like pit maneuver. I'm just and we're all
At least
rolling.
then it's an accident.
Yeah. It was an accident. Yeah. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah. From a from a friend.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, they're just miserable. You're just like, and then you pull up next to them and you're like, you're not even here with us, are you? Like, you're not even on the same road.
Oh, most of them do it just to piss you off. So.
Oh, like what? Like, I feel it. Like, when I look, when I'm driving and paying attention and I'm like looking in the mirrors and I see other people, I'm like, and they're getting real close. You're like, this guy's in a hurry or whatever. And I was like,
get the fuck out of his way.
Click, I'll move over. Like, I'm already going 80, but this guy wants to do 120. And it's like, that's fine. But like, I'm going to move out of the way.
Right.
But they're just like, they're not even looking. Like, they're just like, oh.
So as a trucker, I never stopped a lot or whatever. So I always kept, empty coffee cups and bottles. I'd piss in them. So if I had to pass you and I was in the right lane, yeah, I'd drop that shit. One hit you in the front. I wanted it to hit in front of your car so it all splat. But a funny story.
I never thought of that. It's like a piss grenade.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
fucking awesome. Like, you're like even lighting the fuse by like taking the top off, and you're like, fucking throw it out the window. I'm so upset I haven't thought about that, because I pissed in my car. Like, dude, I got stuck. First time I ever had to do it, I was stuck in Philly. And I was just like, I don't know why I never thought of it before. Like, I got a little fire hose down here. It's not very long, but we can make it work. Right? And I was just like, dude, I had to fucking piss, bro. And it's just like traffic. Like, I'm stuck. Like normally when I go to like do weddings or whatever, it's like, hit a gas station close, go in there and piss or whatever. Never thought of it. I don't know why. Then I had an empty bottle in the car. I was like, oh, okay, fucking doing that. But then, till today, I never thought of using it as a piss grenade.
It works great.
That you changed my life. Now I'm probably going to jail. See, I probably shouldn't talk to you much.
It happens.
You bail me out.
I got good lawyers.
Because you'll laugh.
They're not cheap.
You'll be like, Rick, you're my one call. Piss grenade. Come get me.
I got you. Funny story. I was down in Baltimore, right by Inner Harbor, and you got to make coming out the one way. You got to make the right there at Inner Harbor. Mm-hmm. It takes you right up the front of all this stuff. Everybody comes up on your left and tries to cut you off at the last minute. Buddy of mine's ahead of me in his truck, and I'm right on his tail. And his car got his sunroof open. And he's trying everything he can to get in there. I loosened up the top of that bottle, and I threw it. And it went right down inside through his sunroof. And my buddy was like, did you just throw a bottle of water at him? I was like, yeah, we'll call it a bottle of water.
There was some water in there. That's funny.
But he watched it, yeah. Another great story is I was in Philly at an industrial park. And I'd backed in. It was like 6 o'clock in the morning to get unloaded. It's one of the ones you back in, and for safety, they lock your back tires in. Can't go nowhere.
How do they do that?
You back in between these gates, and then it comes around and locks the back tires in.
So that you can't pull out from the gates, like
right.
Forklift.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then, I got a shit. So I go up, knock on the door. I'm like, hey, can I use the restroom? He's like, oh, no, they don't. The office don't come in until 8, and we don't let nobody use the restroom here. And I'm like, dude, you got my truck locked up. I said, he goes, that's not our problem. I was like, I got you. I kept baby wipes in the truck.
Fucking, he told that to the wrong person. Like,
And so I go get the baby wipes out of the truck, and I walk out into the middle of the parking lot. Like, I don't go but over in the corner behind the dumpster, like underneath my truck. Like, I've seen all guys do all kind. Nope. Walk out into the middle of the parking lot, wide open, drop trowel, drop a deuce, wipe my ass, leave it right in the middle of the parking lot, go get back in the truck. A few minutes later, they come out, sign my paperwork, and I was out of there. And I'm like, yeah, okay. A couple hours later, I get a phone call. And they're like, is this Mr. I'm like, yeah. They're like, this is Officer so-and-so from the Philadelphia Police Department. They're like, did you defecate in a parking lot earlier? I was like, yep. He's like, what? I think he was surprised I...
he didn't think you were going to be honest with him?
Yeah. He's like, oh. He's like, yeah, we have that on video. He's like, you want to tell me what happened? I was like, yeah. I went in to use the restroom. They wouldn't let me. I said, they got the truck locked up. I can't go nowhere. He goes, they won't let you use the restroom. I was like, nope. He goes, bet you they will next time. Have a good day.
You're right, though. Like, fuck you. Because the guy was like, it's not your, what do you say? Not my problem? Well, it is his problem now.
Right.
Oh, that's fucking hilarious. I mean, right? What the hell are you supposed to do? Like, at where I work, they have a shipping, like, bathroom or whatever.
Or at least put a porta potty, John, or something. I mean, it's not the greatest, but, at least it's something.
Yeah. Me and Maddie were talking about using it on ours. I don't think you had a chance to watch that one yet, but it's like, I mean, you know what you're going to be in for when you're going in those fucking things. Like, nobody wants to use them. But it's like, yeah, well, it's better than getting caught in shit in the middle of the parking lot, I guess.
No, it was great.
Yeah, that's hilarious. It's funny because the guy goes, we got video of that. You should be like, can you send it to me? I'll put it on YouTube.
Here's my email. Send it to me.
Yeah. Email me.
I should have.
You send it to me. I want to check my form,
I want to make sure I got some good spray. Get my doctor to check that, make sure everything's coming out all right.
Yeah, right. How's the flow there? Looks like it's coming soft serve out of a fucking ice cream machine. Oh man.
But yeah, I've done some crazy shit. Another place I was at.
I mean, like, that sucks, man. Like, what are you supposed to do? Shit yourself?
Yeah. I was at another place, a paper place, delivered a bunch of paper. They unloaded me pretty quick, and I go to sweep the truck out before I leave, And they trashed my truck. They left shit. They broke a skid open and shit all over. I was like, no, dude. I said, they loaded this truck. It had to be swept out and clean. I was like, I expected to get back the same way. I said, you guys got to, no, get the hell out of our dock. I was like, okay. So I grabbed a bunch of it and I just threw it on their dock. I was like, now it's your problem. So I go out and I get in the truck and I pull away from the dock. That takes a few minutes. So by the time I walked all the way out, got in the truck, they threw a bunch of trash in the back of my truck. I was like, okay, we're going to play this game. So I'm looking around the parking lot, and I'm facing out this way to the gate. But over on this side of the parking lot is all the nice cars right in front of the office. So I swing out, and I go right over to the left there, and where all the nicer cars were. I figured it was all the office people. And I dumped all that trash right behind their truck, their cars. And this guy's on the dock yelling at me, you can't do that. I said, I know, as I'm standing in the back of the truck mooning them.
We need to get you a shirt. I'm not the guy you want to fuck with. Right?
So
they're just being assholes. So you're just like, well, if you're an asshole, I'm going to be an asshole. Because you're a pretty nice guy. I mean, you've done a lot of nice stuff for me. I've done nice stuff for you. We haven't had a problem. So you never drug me across the pavement like
you get
I'm not gonna say
you
his
get
name.
what you asked for.
Yeah.
So
that's why I want to have Craig on the show so bad. Because his philosophy is that some people are assholes and just nobody ever told them. So I have to sometimes be the guy to let them know that they're an asshole. And that they don't like to hear that.
You know what my New Year's resolution was, right?
Oh, God. No.
I just want to be a bigger asshole this year than I was last year. It's just an ongoing progression.
Yeah. Well, you gotta strive for something.
Right. Nobody said they had to be, they just told me I should be goal-oriented. They never said what those goals should be. I just follow the rules. Don't hate me for it.
Yeah. I don't think I have too many stories. I don't get myself into the situation as much, I guess. And like, you know, when I'm doing weddings, it's usually like expensive stuff, so like nobody really has an attitude. I've had
Yeah, they're paying you a lot of money to be there.
Yeah. Well, they're paying me a lot of money to be nice, really. You know, because then when you're not
No,
paying
no,
you,
niceness.
you get pay extra for that.
Right? Yeah, you get an asshole charge.
Yeah.
If you're a dick, you're gonna get the charge.
Yeah, I've done that. I've done that. Like this guy over here, you're like, nah, we're doubling the rate over there. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then they'll book it, and you're like, fuck.
I know. There's been a couple stuff like on the side that people have asked me to do, and I'm like, man, I really don't want to do that. And they're like, oh, just give me a price, and I'm like, so you give them a ridiculous amount of money that
nobody would take.
Right, and they're like, okay, and you're just like, fuck. You're like, you know, so yeah, but I don't want to wait or whatever. They're
Yeah. Well, they don't want to go find somebody else because you were the only one they got quoted for the job.
yeah.
But yeah, certain days.
I did that with when I was running the office, and there was a customer we went to all the time, and it was a contracted rate, but it always took forever, and it was always a pain in the ass to get them to get unloaded, and drivers hated going there, and I was just like, they were like, hey, we got another load going here, and I'd be like, well, you want me to do it? I said, it's, you know, I spot rated it, and they were like, well, that's not our contracted rate. I'm like, yeah, well, I can't get you paid attention, so I'm just going to charge it up front now. If you want us to do it, this is what it's going to be. And believe it or not, they paid it.
Yeah. I mean, people that don't pay on time, that's the worst. Like, people pay on time, it's like, all right, I will call you back then, you know? Like, or I'll take a job again from you. But, like, people don't pay on time. It's like...
You got to chase your... No.
No, it's like, dude, nope. Like, I get it, 30 days and, like, you know, all that stuff. And it's like, okay. But by 30, then, I better have it. Because, like, I get it. Like, working in a bigger company now, like, you know, accounting, it's got to go to this and then that. And then, you know, when they send out there, and it's like, okay, fine. But then when you're working with, like, just a dude, you're like, where my money? Like, I know.
That's when you call
You
me.
don't have an accounting department. Like...
That's when you call. I'll go get you money. I only charge 10%.
Yo, I got this guy. He fucking shits in the middle of the parking lot. Like, that's the kind of guy he'll shit on your doorstep. Like, give him my fucking money.
Take you out from a different zip code. You reach out like AT&T. Yeah. He's gonna touch you, and not how you want it.
Yeah. Oh man, I was talking to Kenny. I was like, one of the people I want to get on here. I don't know if I eventually will or not. If I have the stones to do it, but it'd be fun to interview those wrestlers. Like some of them wrestlers from those shows. They gotta have like interesting stories, right? You gotta have an interesting story.
They gotta have brain damage.
Yeah, but like you got into it in the first place, right? So like, you know, like you have to have an interesting background. I don't want you to pick me up and throw me down on a ladder. Like if I fall down on a ladder, that's called an accident, and I'm probably done for 2 weeks. These dudes do it on purpose, and it was scheduled and planned. And you're like, I'm gonna put a ladder over there, and I'm gonna throw your fat ass on it. Like and then I saw it, and I'm like,
and then I'm gonna throw tax down.
Right? I'm like, we need to talk. Like I need to
like,
know.
look, I will throw you on the tax, but just make sure I don't get thrown on the tag, because I'm going to be highly upset.
I know. I'm like, no. Like, that hurts. Like, I get a paper cut, and I tear up a little bit.
I go to roll over. I got to roll over out of bed. And I go, oh, shit, this is going to hurt.
Those guys are doing that crazy shit. I can't even roll over. Exactly. I get out of bed, and I hurt. And they're, like, getting thrown on ladders. You're like, no. I'm like, no.
Go to the grocery store lately?
Who could afford to? I'd rather go to the Hamptons. It's almost cheaper to just go on a cruise and let them feed you, you know?
So, when, like those cookout, like I just did that cookout thing a couple weeks ago, right? Yeah. It's cheaper to go out to dinner.
Yeah,
it really is. By the time I bought all this shit and cooked it all, I was like, we should have just all went out. I'd have paid for it.
Yeah, and because you had to do the work on top of it.
Yeah.
Like it used to be like way cheaper. Now it's like hardly at all. But, like, I guess restaurants got to be going up in price, too, I assumed.
I would, me and Lindsay could still go out and get a decent meal for, like, $30. By the time I go buy everything.
Yeah.
The only difference is, at least when I cook it, I have leftovers for a day or so.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
But.
Yeah, like, and the rotisserie chickens at Sam's or Costco, like, $5. But to go buy the frozen one in the thing is, like, 15 or something like that, like 10. And you're like, it's not even cooked. It's like inflation hit everything but those chickens.
Right.
I don't know where those chickens are coming from, but they're still cheap. They've always lost money on them, but now they got to be losing crazy money on them. But like, I support it. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, I am paying my membership, so it's like, okay, that is just. There's not like stuff that much cheaper at Sam's or Costco that you're like saving that much money. You're still getting my monthly membership thing. So,
what's it cost to join Costco now? Do you?
Costco's like 65. I think Sam's is like 50, 55. It depends. Well, and then you can get the extra membership, right, where you like save 2%. So then if you're buying a whole bunch of stuff, then it's worth it to go. But then it pretty much just doubles the price. So like 55 goes to like 110, and the Costco one is like 130 now for the other one. But the Costco, I thought you got 3% back. But Sam's, you only get 2% back. And I think you have to have their special Sam's card. With Costco, they have like your own account set up, and then like when it comes time to renew your membership, they either send you a check or you put that towards your membership, or both, or you get a gift card or something like that. I like Costco better, but
never did that just because it's just me and Lindsay.
Yeah,
and neither one of us cook all that much.
Yeah, I mean, they got good deals there for certain things, but like Sam's, they have. I mean, this is a complaint department, but I'm not complaining about Scan and Go. Like, that is awesome. Like, you go in, scan everything in your, like, as you're picking it up, like, you can scan it at the end, but like, as you're picking stuff up, you just scan it, put it in your cart. When you go to leave, swipe it, and it charges your card, and you walk out. That is worth the membership right there. Yeah, because like holiday times, like I went in, and I just had to buy like one thing. Like I had to buy like a chair or something for the gym, and I was like, oh my God, like lines. Like they had all the registers open, but like lines, like big lines. And it was like, nope. And I like scanned my chair thing, slid it on the app. They check it at the door, like they scan it and then scan your thing and then leave. So like it works like a lottery system almost, right? So like they'll scan your thing, scan 3 things in your cart. If those things don't say that you didn't pay for them, bye. So, you can get away with stuff, but like, I don't, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's a gamble.
If I'm going to get caught stealing, it's not going to be a turkey.
Right! Exactly. It's like, I'm not going to jail for fucking AAA batteries. That's, it's going to be something worth it.
What are you here for? I stole some batteries. Yeah. Come here, I'll charge you.
Hey, cutie, come here. I'll take good care of you.
Hold my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. What's the longest you've spent like behind bar? I don't know, because there's jail and then there's prison. I don't know.
18 months.
18 months in now, but jail. Like, what's the difference between jail and prison? Like,
there's county and then there's state and then there's federal. So there's 3.
Okay.
Never did federal.
Okay.
I never made it to state. I was just county.
You fucking months. Rookie.
Right? I was just a chump.
Yeah.
I never went professional. Just semi-pro.
Semi-pro, yeah. I'm just shitting in parking lots, right?
Right,
I'm just...
And that was for a fight.
Oh, okay.
So it was August, hot as shit, and we were working in a lumber yard. I was 18.
Oh, okay.
And we were all horsing around having fun, but this guy kept throwing sawdust. And I was like, all right, dude, it's fucking 110 degrees out. This shit's getting... Knock it off.
Yeah.
And he starts laughing. He threw it right in my face. He goes, what are you going to do? I said, you do it again, I'm going to fuck you up. So he did. He picked up another handful, threw it in my face. So...
I'm going to buy you a shirt.
So I reached...
Don't fuck with this guy.
I reached over, I grabbed him by his ears, and I started beating his head off the table that the lumber had come down on. And then I held his face on the chain that carried the lumber. Tore his ear off. And they fell to the ground, so then I climbed up on the table, and I jumped up, and I brought both my knees down.
Like a fucking wrestling move?
Yeah.
You WWE this motherfucker?
Yeah, for real. Dropped my knees on him.
Yeah, you didn't lay off on it, yeah.
Yeah, and so he's twitching around like a fish. And I was going to throw him in the chipper, the shaker machine that shakes all the scrap down to the chipper. Mm-hmm. Trying to flip him in there when a buddy of mine grabbed a hold of me and was like, dude, you need to stop. You're going to kill this guy. I was like, well, it was kind of that half the plan. But
yeah.
Not that I bring that up in court or anything.
Yeah, that's not something you want to mention to the judge.
And they were like, got arrested, sitting in cuffs and everything. And they're like, are you going to give a statement? And I'm like, looking around, there's cameras and 30 employees all writing down statements, and I'm like, pretty sure you got that covered.
Didn't need to give you a pen. You set it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't my brightest moment.
Yeah. You've turned it around a lot, though. You know, you're a good kid now.
Either that
Almost.
Yeah.
You're still like, I don't like, your back hurts, your knees hurt, your everything hurts, but yet, yeah, I need to understand why you do the buggy thing. You like you do that and then roll yourself down a hill in a buggy, and then you're like, my back hurts, and I'm like, mystery. Like,
Yeah. Well, I still need that adrenaline, you know.
yeah.
Something just go out and release and that's what buggy riding.
You still do it, right?
Oh yeah.
You crazy sumbitch.
You should go with me one time.
Will my back hurt when I get home?
Yeah, but you got this nice heated seat. It'll be great.
I know, I'm taking care of you. Everybody else had to sit in whatever the fuck I found down here. I brought down the nice seat for you. I figured I'd keep you here longer.
Right?
We'll get into them deep stories then. The longer I keep you happy.
But yeah, it's kind of where I find my serenity. You know, it's being on the being out of control, but not out of control. You know.
Yeah. I mean, it was cool to watch you race around. Like when we went down to the Steamerama or whatever. Yeah, that was real cool.
I'd still do.
Like, it looks fun. Like, I'd drive it. I don't know if I'd ride with you. If I was in control of the because I've ridden four-wheelers like all my, I can put that thing up to like, I'm comfortable with it, like ATVs and shit. I've never driven one of those though, but that'd be interesting. Like, because like I'm used to like a four-wheeler or whatever the hell they're called. But like, how's it different than that? Like, because I've done a go-kart, but then that was like lower and not as like beefed up as that.
So, well, with a four-wheeler, you know, you can throw your weight around and control it a little bit, you know.
Oh, yeah.
This is more like driving a car. I mean, it really is. Just with bigger off-road wheels and stuff.
Yeah.
You're not going to throw your weight into it, you know.
Yeah.
You're strapped down, and it's more like driving a...
You got more blind spots then, too, because like a four-wheeler, like, you can like look around and see like everything.
Yeah, no, you got
like,
some blind spots and stuff, but,
yeah.
you know.
Are you normally racing, or are you just fucking around?
So, no, I don't race anymore.
Okay.
Matter of fact, that race that I ruled was my last.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We ended up selling that buggy. And part of the deal was when I bought the new one, I wanted a faster, bigger turbo and all that. And Lindsay was like, look, we'll get another buggy, but I want you to race. It took me almost 2 months to kind of get back to normal after that roll. I bruised some ribs, knocked my shoulder up, and I mean,
And it was the day I wasn't there. The day before, I was there filming, and like the day after, I was like, "You motherfucker!"
I was pretty sore.
I would think so.
When they took
it's like they're meant to roll.
They do. They got roll cages and stuff.
Yeah,
and
to protect you,
right?
But not the buggy, because the buggy was pretty fucked up, wasn't it?
Yeah. But it was just too expensive. I can't keep tearing buggies up. And I ain't got Honda sponsor me or Parallel.
Yeah,
you know,
no kidding, right?
Not like anybody else is kicking in money.
Yeah.
And when you're, you know, and that was just a little, you know, backyard kind of race thing, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, $35. It cost me $25 to get in. You know, so tearing up a buggy and cost me $7,000 wasn't.
It didn't really balance the budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. It's
more
for serenity, and I mean, we do some pretty crazy. We took them out to Moab, Utah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember the trip,
but
I didn't go, obviously.
And that was crazy. I mean, just amazing views, great place to ride, and Moab's actually in trouble. They're actually closing down a bunch of the trails. So follow us and go find out about that. And
yeah. Well, want to bring up a topic here?
What else you got?
Let's see here. I was going to bring this up a while ago. I put it up at the top of the list, but then we got on slow people in Fastlane. We've covered that pretty well now, I think. Then we got off on Pittsburgh. But anyways, see, I feel like it's like a weird complaint, right? Like, it's not going to make any sense when I say it, and then I'll have to explain it. The last slice of pizza, like at a party, right? Like, you go to somebody's house, and you open it up, and there's like one slice, right? And you're just like, nobody wants to take that last slice. Like, I feel like, right? Like, there's always, you probably would, I would imagine, but like,
Yeah, you had your chance. You didn't grab it. And...
Yeah, because I feel like then you go over like the host, like after the party's over, they go, "Oh, there's one slice left. I ordered enough." Like, no, you didn't. No, if there's one fucking slice left, you didn't fucking order enough. Like, there better be one slice left of every fucking pie that I fucking bought. Like, I go, and if there's not like a whole fucking pie left, I didn't buy enough fucking pizza for everybody.
And when I do cookouts or have people over for food, if you leave my place hungry, it's your own fault.
That's why I thought we'd get along on this one. Because that's fucking bullshit. When I go to somebody's house and there's like one piece left, it's like, no, you didn't fucking order enough. Like, if there's one piece of something, that's just because nobody wants to take the fucking last slice. You know what I mean?
Would.
Like, you would, yeah, I know.
I'm but like,
most, hey, right? And I
you didn't grab it, it's your own fault.
Right. But you're like, there's one left. There's like, no. I feel like that is the spot where, like, nah, that's the first sign that you didn't bring enough food. Yeah, you should always have
some leftovers or, enough to send home with somebody. Or, hey, I do it all the time. I'm like, I cooked all this food. You guys better take some of this shit home because I ain't eating it for the next 2 weeks.
Well, it'll go bad, before you can get to it, too, sometimes, like, because you go out to eat, you're like, the seventh time this week eating a cheeseburger, it's like, all right, I'm kind of over it, So it's like, yeah, me and you, when we throw stuff, like, I'm always trying to get enough food because I'm like, I don't want people to go hungry. And I like leftovers. Like, I like having leftovers in my fridge. But, like, I've been to people's houses, I'm like, nah. And there's, like 6 people or, like, 8 people.
Everybody's like, eyeballing it?
No.
But won't say anything?
Yeah, right. And you're like, I don't want to be the dick or nothing because I'll be, like, new friend or something like that. And they'll be like, all right, there's, like, 8 people. We'll get, like 2 pizzas. That good? You're like, nope. Sure ain't. But, like, I'd be nice, being like, yeah, it's fine. New guy. Right? Like, fucking 8 people. I'm getting, like, 4 pizzas. You know what I mean? Some fucking wings. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is bullshit.
Are we just snacking or what?
I'm like, I ain't cutting that bitch in half. Like, no, roll it up. That's my pizza. Where's yours? Like, I could eat a whole pie if I was fucking hungry. I can eat at least half. Like,
right, yeah.
Depending on the size, Especially you get it from Domino's. Like, you get Domino's or something. This like a large is like this. You're right. Like a large is like this. You know what I mean? You get from Domino's and you're like, that just means I'm gonna be hungry later.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'm stopping at McDonald's or somewhere on the way home. Yeah.
Right. That shit ain't gonna be enough. But you know when you pay $5.99 for a pizza for a large, you're like, all right, that ain't gonna that's mine. I better get something for somebody else.
Where are you getting a pizza for $5.99? I've never ordered a pizza from anywhere. Domino's advertises it like $6.99, $7.
Yeah.
I call and I'm like, yeah, I want this and this, and they're like, okay, it's $23, and I'm like, man, fuck it, I don't care. I'm ordering it anyway because I want it.
Dude, you know what? You're right, though, right? Because by the time you get to the end of the app, right, you're like let's say it's $7.99 for a pizza. But when you get to the end, it's somehow like $50. And you're like, what the hell? There's like all these different fees. There's like all the delivery fee, the oven fee, and the concierge fee and the credit card fee. And you're like, what? Like, that's all part of doing business. Like, I'm not sure there's gonna be a light bill, like a heat bill, like I gotta pay the fucking door bill, like I gotta pay the employee himself to fucking come in. I gotta tip that motherfucker too. I gotta tip the people there, I gotta tip the delivery driver. Like, son of a bitch. Like, fucking expensive by the time you're done.
It is. But I tip well though.
Yeah, I mean I try.
We'll go out to dinner and like.
Oh yeah, that's
like we go to a local restaurant, really good food, decently priced. For me and Lindsay, we usually walk out like $30, $35.
Yeah.
What do you tip on that?
Like 35? Well, it's usually like you double it and then that gives you 20%. So 35, that'd be like $7.
Yeah, I just do 10.
Yeah.
Just a flat $10.
Yeah, probably like 8, 9, 10, something like that. Yeah. I mean, I would think, as long as it's a good service, right?
Yeah.
You didn't fucking ignore me. But like, what's weird though? Like when you go like pick up a pizza, like I'll go to like Pizza Hut or Domino's or something like that, like a chain, and then you go in there and then they're like, they ask you for a tip then, and you're just like,
what'd you do? You did your job.
I came to get it. Like I did. You tip me. Like you take money off the pizza. Like I got here quick. You take some money off now? Does it go the other way?
Subway. Have you been to Subway lately?
No.
You rang out and they want a tip.
What?
What the fuck did you do? You made the sub that I came in to get.
Isn't that what I'm paying for? What am I actually paying for? Because the ingredients themselves, like, come on, some bread and some, well, nowadays bread, but they made the bread in the back. They're making it themselves. They didn't have to go to Walmart and buy it like I do. Like, why do I have to tip there? Like, it doesn't make any sense. They're just like, lower prices, but then they add the tip on. They're just like, we tip like waitresses because they like do stuff, you know. And
Yeah,
there's,
they
like,
bring
a
me
level.
drinks or whatever, and they're nice to me.
Yeah. Yeah, they ain't nice to me in some way.
Yeah, they're like, "What the hell do you?" Here's your shit.
Yeah, it's like a half step up from like going to McDonald's. They'll probably be next. Like
And whenever
at
I
the
order-
drive-through because they like answered the drive-through. They want you to tip them $1.
And now, whenever I go to like Subway or like we ordered from a place today and had subs delivered, I always order double meat now because they put like one slice of each lunch meat on there.
Oh, really?
You're like, thanks for the bread sandwich, fuckers.
That's why I stopped going there. Like it was like always, yeah, it was like bread. That was all you got. And then it's like, you know, it's not like the nicest bread either. I never really liked Subway. I just don't go there anymore. I do like Wawa. How do you feel about Wawa subs?
I do like Wawa subs.
Yeah.
They used to have a spicy Italian. I wish they'd
Yeah.
bring that back.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about their subs.
They got good food.
I'll
They
drive
got
a little
good coffee too.
bit. Yeah? Not a big coffee drinker every once in a while. But
So there's only a few places I like coffee out from. Like Rutter's got good coffee. As long as Rural Farms.
okay.
And it's only some of them because some of the Rural Farms have switched over to them stupid. They're like a automatic, yeah, almost like a Keurig. You just hit it and it makes one cup of. It's a
Yeah.
foamy, frothy pile of fucking mud. I don't know who the fuck drinks that shit. I'd rather lick a dog's asshole.
Be same. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I never fuck with that shit. The fuck is she doing? What do you want, Luna?
Jared dog asshole lick. And she's all like,
Right? Like, hey, yeah, right. She heard you. And she's like, I'll take it. What are you doing? You want to come say hi? Shut up.
I was just kidding, dogs.
Yeah, right? You called him in, dude.
Shit.
I'd rather lick the dog's ass. And he showed up. Oh, man.
I got.
Can't time that any better. That's funny.
What did Joe teach you? There ain't no peanut butter down here.
Yeah, right. She's heard lick the dog's ass before in this house, I guess. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man.
That couldn't have timed any better.
Yeah.
They're gonna think we set that shit up.
Yeah, well, you know. Oh, yeah, man. How long have we been going?
I don't even know. What
Been a
time is
little bit
it?
of time. It's 8:30. We'll probably wrap it up here.
All right.
I think, unless you had any other topics. I want to save some for, like, you know, later. Like, see
We
how
do
it
this
goes.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, you know. So I think it went, like, really well. I mean, I don't know how long we're at. I mean, it'll be what it is. And then if we want to do it again, we'll, you know, come chat and see how it goes. I mean, I love your stories. So, but,
I got some more. We'll go over some other ones.
yeah, for sure.
I'll make new ones.
Yeah.
I started a new job. Just give me some time.
Give you 5 more minutes, you'll piss somebody else off.
I'll be fired next week.
Yeah. What'd you do? I shit on my manager's desk this time. I didn't go to the parking lot.
I don't know. My boss is Kenny's cousin, Russell.
Oh.
He's a pretty big dude.
Oh, boy. He'll be putting your head in the wood chipper.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I want to shit on his disc.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I won't, but
Yeah, well.
that's gonna hurt.
Rick doesn't have many lines you don't cross.
Everything heals. Just takes time.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, I kind of got a ton of topics, but I don't want to, you know, they're all big topics, so I don't want to dig into too many of them. But yeah, let's wrap it up here. That way we can maybe watch the game, make you some food.
Shit, it's been a good time.
Yeah, man. Did you have fun?
I did.
Yeah, I had so much fun just sitting here telling stories and then, you know, having the camera there. It's like no big deal.
Hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, guys, if you liked it, throw down a like down in the bottom there. If you saw something you liked, throw a comment. If you want to hear us complain about something, throw it in there. I'll put it on the list and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. See ya.